22. They had a 9-point lead going into halftime. That's the end of the second quarter. But the Royals came off in the second half. The Denver pulled it back 26-20 in the third quarter to reduce the lead to just a 3-point lead going into the fourth quarter. And in the fourth quarter, Denver just absolutely wiped the floor with Miami 24-18 in the fourth quarter to round up to a 94-89 win for the Denver Nuggets to seal their first and only ever NBA championship. The leading scorer for the team, of course, there are no prizes for getting Nikola Jokic, the MVP, the man who should have been a 3-time MVP, but Joel Embiid won it, maybe because of voter fatigue, maybe because of race, giving different reasons. I'm not an Embiid hater, yeah, but what we have seen Jokic do, we have never seen anybody do before. 28 points, 16 rebounds in 42 minutes. We made 12 of 16 field goal attempts. Extremely efficient night for Nikola Jokic. He made lots of history. He became only the fourth player, the fourth. He became the lowest draft pick ever to win finals.
I read that it was even dropped from an advert like that because of how lowly ranked he was.
No, the draft pick. It was drafted with the 41st pick. That's in the second round during a commercial break. Like most when everybody's drafted in the first round, if you're drafted in the first round, you get to come on stage and
they wave you. Your family would have.
If you're drafted in the second round, they just mention you don't come on. They just mention you go. You know where you're going.
He was drafted when there was commercial. Like
so they did not even know they were not on air. They just mentioned him. By the time he came back, he just this person was drafted. Nobody really cared. Number 41, but select that means 40 people were selected ahead of him as a 19-year-old for the Denver Nuggets. It's now finals MVP, 2 times regular season MVP, the lowest draft pick by far, the first second round pick to ever win finals MVP. Before him, the lowest was Dennis Johnson in 1979, 29th, selected 29th overall. He won the finals MVP in 1979. Then Tony Parker selected 28th overall by the Spurs, won the finals MVP in 2007. And then Joe Dumas won the finals MVP in 1989, selected 18th overall. So those are the just a little bit of the record. In the last 3 years, it's been 2 times NBA MVP, 3 times All NBA, 2 times in the first team, 3 times All Star, the Western Conference Final MVP, which he won yesterday night, the NBA Finals MVP, and an NBA champion. And despite all of these accolades, this man was simply saying, "I want to go." no thoughts on celebration. He said, "The job is done now. I want to go." He dropped his Finals MVP trophy. You get to hold the trophy. He dropped the Finals MVP trophy and carried his child with both of his hands, and his teammates were the ones helping him carry the trophy. Like, it just does not care. Basketball is the only thing on his mind, and that level. And
he was done with that.
That level of it's also only the third player in the history of basketball to average 30 points per game and 7 assists per game in the NBA Finals. The only 2 people that have done that before, to let you know this is an historic achievement: Kobe Bryant in 2009 and Michael Jordan in 1991. So
that's a lot.
In elite company, this guy is also the only player in history to lead the playoffs in points, rebounds, and assists.
Let me also put another one in history now. The first player in history to lead the league in points, 600 rebound, 269 and assists 119 in a single postseason, and was named the 2023 Bill Russell NBA Finals MVP after recording 28 points, 16 rebound, 4 assists, and a block in the final game. Now it takes me to this question before we go pay the bills: should the MVP or the NBA awards be left till the end of the overall season?
Because they try to separate the regular season from because the finals MVP also exists, so it's a different that we can't give both at the same time. So they, at the end of the regular season, they give that to let the other one is done. They treat the playoffs as a different entity overall. So it's a system that has been working. So I don't think the players have a problem with it so far.
Okay, we would certainly still talk about that, and probably in the course of our subsequent bulletin, we'll look in that as well. And by the way, the last season, Kroenke owned NFL side Rams won the NFL championship. Last time Kroenke owned NBA side Nuggets won the NBA. Kroenke owned Arsenal lost the Premier League title by gaps. Okay.
He also owns an hockey team, Avalanche. They won the Stanley Cup in 2022. Like you said, the Rams won the Super Bowl 2022, and the NBA also won by Denver Nuggets 2023. 3 teams owned by Stan Kroenke have won trophies in the last 12 months.
Is that a sign of good things coming for us now?
No, it's a sign of Colombian because
but they're already carrying the Rams now.
Don't leave me.
All right, we need to pay some bills. When we come back, we'll go into food truck. To Kylian Mbappe has told PSG that he's not going to activate the option of extending his contract by one more season. So by next year, he's going to be free to speak to clubs outside of France. Ladies and gentlemen, is he going to be a Real Madrid tsunami? Keep your dial locked on Milan 98.3 FM Sport Cruise. Be right back.
Milan 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos.
The Broadcast Art Institute Supplementary Admissions 2022-2023. Few vacancies exist in the Departments of Broadcast Journalism and Multimedia Technology for admission in the 2022-2023 session. If you scored 100 and above in the 2022-2023 UTME and have 5 relevant credits and have not gained admission, you can change over to the Broadcast Art Institute Lagos for National Diploma in Broadcast Journalism and Multimedia Technology. The Broadcast Art Institute is accredited by the National Board for Technical Education (NBTE) to offer national diploma programs in broadcast journalism and multimedia technology. You can visit our campus at number 38 Odofin Street, Igbogbo, Ikorodu, Lagos, or call the following numbers: 0806 149 9992 or 0703 713 1166 or 0816 587 1415.
Capture life's moments in stunning clarity with the new Techno Camon 20 series. With sensor shift OIS technology on a 108 megapixel ultra-wide camera, enjoy the best smartphone experience brought to life in vivid colors with its 120Hz AMOLED display. That's not all. The Camon 20 series is the perfect steady night portrait master, so you can take splendid low-light photos at night out with friends. Buy any Camon 20 series today and get free gifts plus up to 11 GB MTN data for up to 6 months. Don't miss out. T's and C's apply. Techno, stop at nothing.
Guy, see how many power bank only you dey carry. You dey sell am.
Oh boy, I get many important meetings today. I no fit miss them.
My brother, you dey give yourself wahala. How na? You suppose dey use the Itel P40 to dey power yourself. Enjoy real power with all new Itel P40. With just one charge, enjoy 3 days of fun with a 6000 mAh mega battery with fast charge and 7 GB RAM. Also get 5 GB data from Airtel for just 1000 naira when you buy Itel P40 and activate with an Airtel 4G SIM card. SMS GET to 141 now. Itel P40, one charge for 3 days.
Oh boy, this your cough, eh?
Baba, I don't drink medicine tire.
Self-medication? No, nah.
Wetin I go do? Hospital money no be here.
When Airtel and AXA Mansard Health Plan dey.
That's right. With the Airtel AXA Mansard Health Bundle, you get access to a doctor, medication, and hospital cover up to 100,000 naira. Dial *141*44# now to select the plan that suits you.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
The 2022-2023 Universities and Polytechnic admission is here at the Eco College of Management and Technology, Eco City. Opportunity to gain admission and bag a national diploma degree is now available in the following courses: Mass Communication and Multimedia Technology, Banking Operations, Computer Engineering, Computer Science, Science Laboratory Technology, Performing and Media Arts. If you wrote the last JAMB and still seek admission, the opportunity is available at Eco College of Management and Technology to put the best in both theoretical and practical knowledge. Eco College of Management and Technology, Eco City, is approved and accredited by both the Joint Admission and Matriculation Board JAMB and National Board for Technical Education NBTE. At Eco City, our lecturers bring to the class both industry and academic experience. Facilities in the school include well-equipped laboratories, modern multimedia studio, hostel, sports complex, ultra-modern library, CBT hall, beautiful classrooms and office spaces. Eco College of Management and Technology is located at Plot 100 Alhaji Onilewura Street, College Bus Stop, Ikotu-Egbe, Lagos State. For inquiries, call 0812-658-0784, 0916-254-0610, or visit our website at www.ecocity.edu.ng. Eco College of Management and Technology, building industry-ready professionals.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Nobody wants to grow old with no money. No, no, no. Make your retirement a smooth journey. So be smart, save a little, step up, step up. Always smile and live up. Whatever you dream, go with NLPC PFA. Oh, retire happy, PFA. Come to NLPC PFA.
With our great returns on your contributions, we can help ease your transition to retirement when you transfer to us at NLPC PFA. Simply fill the quick form on nlpcpfa.com/account/transfer RSA to register your intentions, or connect with us on 01-448-2780.
Come to NLPC PFA.
NLPC PFA, creating a brighter future for you.
Better people, announcement. This one loud. Na so you MTN don land with another jollyment arrangement to totori you. With just 53,000 naira pere, MTN go sama you the new Nokia C21 4G smartphone with 1 GB data and 100% bonus on top any data bundle where you buy for the next 6 months. Sharp. The phone battery dey strong, it dey last longer, and the design fine well. You go fit use your fingerprint and face to lock and unlock the phone anytime, anywhere. Even self, you fit to pay small, because MTN love you and won't make your life easy. No carry last, no dull yourself, just enter any MTN shop near you. Make you get your own before you finish. Better things no dey waste time, Remember, terms and conditions dey sha. MTN, wetin we dey do today?
Mainland 98.3 FM, your number one radio, reaching stars, the sound of Lagos.
Wash una car, na me with the cook no. Na me with the wash una cloth, na me with the walk for your shop, na me with the hug no. I become a person for my happiness, so still be my own. Everybody get roll, no me.
Okay, thank you very much. Good to have you back. Well, I'm a common person. I know Tunde Young will not agree to be a common person. He don't talk. Say even when he's wrong, there's justification for him being wrong. In fact, he says when he's saying something, just take it to the bank. But I remember how many times Tunde Young has made prediction in this place, and he has lule. Don't your mic is off, so don't even go there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, before we went on that break, we talked about the NBA Finals. Denver Nuggets winning it for the very first time in their history, and of course, the Miami Heat is another time to sit back, look at how their season had been, and then find a way to come back next season. I'm a huge fan of Golden State Warriors, by the way, so you all should know that this particular one, plus or minus to me, is nothing. It's nothing, you know. Okay, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, just today we made mention, I think in passing. We didn't really focus on it. The prize money for winning the MPFL Super 6 playoff, and we figured out it was winner takes all. It was either you're in or you are done. 100 million naira for the winning team, which is Eyimba International Football Club of. By the way, we're trying to look at the video off air, and we're looking at the ages of their players and the videos of the players we were seeing. See, let's leave it like that. Today,
why would you bring that?
I don't know. I don't know.
Why would you bring that?
Thank God they don't do MRI scan in Nigerian league. Some people will break the machine. They will break the MRI machine with the weight of their body.
MRI will say, "But good evening."
Okay, Tunde Young, let's talk about the. We said yesterday we're going to, series by series, look at the teams of the season, and we'll have to start with arguably the biggest league in the world. I said arguably. The biggest
it's not even arguable for me, to be honest.
No, some people will tell you that, well, if you look at me, we're talking about the fact that Roland could be the first player to win the World Ball of the Year since Cristiano Ronaldo did when he was at Manchester United. That was over 10 seasons ago.
No, that was in 2009. It was 2009, so it's well over 10
exactly
seasons.
That's what I said. I mean, no other player had won it. That's about 14 seasons ago. No other player had come close. So you look at that competition, you look at the UEFA team of the season, you look at the dominance of Real Madrid, you look at the dominance of Barcelona. It leaves a lot to talk. That's why I said arguably the greatest league in all of the top leagues. Now, let's talk about the English Premier League, and this is the point where you're going to be allowed to join the conversation. So, as you're listening right now, just draft your own team of the season. I will look at the player of the season, the signing of the season, probably the mid-season signing of the season. That's January side, because I remember there was a day I was watching a documentary about Arsene Wenger, and he said the greatest player he signed mid-season as an Arsenal manager was Nwankwo Kanu, that joined them in January. I mean, that's huge. So we look at the team of the season, the player of the season, the flops of the season, the most impressive team of the season, and of course we look at the manager of the season. A lot of people are saying, well, we shouldn't even mention what's his name, Eric Ten Hag in the conversation, but hey, dude, this is his first season in arguably the biggest club in England, with all of the drama, the old Cristiano Ronaldo drama, the fact that they didn't qualify for the Champions League when it came, what's his name, Mason Greenwood distraction, the ownership of the club conversation. He still returned the club to the Champions League. He still won the Carabao Cup for them, and he lost the final of the FA Cup to their city rivals, Man City. Tunde Young, take us through and probably just give us your own team of the season.
I think for the team of the season, I think we've touched this before. I'll go again. I think Nick Pope, for me, the Newcastle goalkeeper, Kieran Trippier as a right back. I would go with centre back partnership of Ruben Diaz and William Saliba. For me, and the left back being Pervis Estupinian of Brighton, and in midfield, I'll have Rodri. I'll have Rodri. I'll have Kevin De Bruyne and Martin Odegaard. Those are the three for me, and then up front it's pretty much easy. Rashford, Erling Haaland, and Mohamed Salah.
Rashford over Saka.
I mean, it's a left.
Goes and assists.
I'm going position
okay,
wise.
position
now.
wise.
I can't have two left wingers in Saka and Salah. So, even now I think of it, I changed my mind. I'm going. I'm going with Saka over Salah. I'm going, but Rashford stays. So it's Rashford, Haaland, and Saka.
Okay, most surprising team of the season, Tunde Young.
The team that surprised us the most obviously has to be Newcastle.
What about Bournemouth, Brighton?
Yeah, Bournemouth actually. I had Bournemouth getting relegated. Brighton, yeah, they had a great season. But you know, we always knew they were good. We just did not know that they were this good. But you know, look at the jump that Newcastle were able to make. Newcastle were 11th last time around. Last season they had 49 points. To climb from 11 to 3rd within a season is a massive improvement. To 4th, actually they finished 4th. They had 49 points last season. They have 71 this season.
At some points they were actually in dimension for probably competing for the title.
Yeah, so that for me that's a big job. But obviously, like you mentioned, Bournemouth, for Bournemouth to not only escape relegation but to do it very comfortably enough to finish 15th on the log with 39 points, I think is very impressive.
And there's also Aston Villa, Tunde Young.
Yeah, definitely. But from all of these teams were surprising. Obviously, Aston Villa finishing in European places, fantastic achievements for them and whatnot. But for me, the most surprising one still has to be Newcastle. We expected them to make progress. They are a team with recent injection of cash of the Arab persuasion.
Depending on which of the Arabs is persuading you.
Like we said, don't pick PSG. So like the progress we expected the progress, but not this quick for me. They did not even start with the Conference League place or Europa League place. They went straight to the Champions League. So for me, they've been the surprise package of the season.
Most disappointing team.
There's look. There's
pity your boys.
If you are streaming, what am I wearing? I'll rep them. They're nothing but massive bunch of disappointments, but I'll rep them regardless. Chelsea finished 12th on the log. I don't think people realize how crazy that is. Chelsea finished 12th. Like Chelsea's worst season before this was the 15-16 season. They finished 10th. Chelsea managed to finish 12th on the log.
And if the season had gone longer, they probably would have dropped way below that, because they had only one draw, one win in their last 5 games.
Chelsea finished the season with 38 goals in 38 games. Like that is difficult for me to compute. Only Wolves with 31 goals, Bournemouth with 37 goals, Everton with 34, and Southampton with 36. Those are the only teams that scored fewer goals than Chelsea. Leeds United, a team that got relegated, scored 48. 10 more than Chelsea. Leicester City, another team that got relegated, scored 51, 13 more than Chelsea. Chelsea scored 38 goals in 38 games. That is massively disappointing. Just throw this entire season away and let us.
Let's imagine 2022-2023 season did not exist in Chelsea's calendar.
Like I just wish someone can just put something in my head and just remove this season from my mental. I don't want to remember this season at all. Like Chelsea by far the most disappointing team, and I feel like even if you are not a Chelsea fan, you feel the same, because nobody could have fathomed that. Even if you say Chelsea had the bad season, you are not thinking 12th. You are not thinking 38 goals in 38 games.
That's crazy though. Worst player.
Has to be a Chelsea player. Where do I start?
There's Cucurella. There's Kai Havertz.
Okay, let me rephrase. I'll say perhaps most disappointing player, because there's no way to determine who the worst player in the entire Premier League is. But based on the expectations that you have for this player, how did they perform? For me, I'll say Darwin Núñez. I'll say Darwin Núñez. This is a player that a lot of people actually had hopes of having a.
He was supposed to replace Sadio Mane.
And he was supposed to have an Haaland type of season. There are lots of people that actually believe that he will score more goals than Haaland for this season. Let's not switch up. He ended the season with 9 goals. He did not make double figures. He scored less than Taiwo Awoniyi. Like this is ridiculous. He scored 9 goals in 29 games for a 75 million signing. Coming with that reputation, he had a 35 goal season last year with Benfica. Lots of people thought that he would come to the Premier League, he will hit the ground running. It was going to be an Haaland versus. That's the narrative when the season started. People seem to forget, but me, I don't forget. It was Haaland versus Núñez. That was the season. Even after the Community Shield, when Núñez scored and Haaland did not, and everybody was like,
"Wow, yes, the season is going to be on fire."
Yeah, it was fire.
The fire went the other way. Okay, for you, it has to be Darwin Núñez. By the way, let's talk about the most disappointing manager.
Graham Potter, easily, because believe it or not, I actually was quite happy when Chelsea went for Potter. I was not happy that Tuchel got sacked. I still think that's one of the biggest mistakes in football history. Like you don't sack a top 3 manager in the world without a plan. It's not like you are going for an upgrade. Where is the upgrade? But when he got sacked, going for Potter with what he was able to do at Brighton, I thought it would be.
And of course, the fact that they gave him a 5 years contract, thinking it was going to be a long time deal.
Yeah, I thought that you'll be able to get Chelsea playing the kind of football that we saw Brighton play and whatnot. There was no football. There was no results. It was just
commotion,
nothingness, complete. Not like there was nothing happening. Like it was not even. My friend, it was not even bad. It was not good. It was just there. Lampard was bad, but it's Lampard. You expect him to be bad. The surprising thing would have been if Lampard came and was good. So like, I cannot call Lampard. For Graham Potter, I had such high hopes. Someone else, maybe Steven Gerrard. You look at he had Aston Villa fighting for their life in the first half of the season. A team that had the heavy investment.
A team that ended up qualifying for Europe
after he left. So look at that, and you say yes, definitely. Which other managers disappointed me again? Maybe I don't want to be harsh.
Okay, let's leave it at that.
I don't want to be harsh, even though I'd say maybe Patrick Vieira. I expected him to do a lot more.
Palace.
A lot more with that team. To have a team and you coach a team and you don't score, you don't even have a shot on target in 12 games.
12 games. That's crazy. And then the team turned around and won 4 of their next 5 games with the new manager.
Got fired, and even though we still said it was unfair, Roy Hodgson came in and showed us that this is not rocket science. Just let players play. They are good players. Eberechi is a good player. Michael only say he's a good player. Is a good player. Let them play. Free them. Let them play. Not every time you just block everywhere and attempt to play horrible football every single time.
Okay, that's me. For manager of the season, the most disappointing manager. I mean, Tunde Young are actually taking it down all that way. For player of the season, I guess could this be a one way for you?
Obviously, everybody's obvious choice will be Erling Haaland, and no doubt about that. I mean, when you score that many goals and break that many records in the Premier League, there's no. It's even the official Premier League.
By match day 20, yeah.
Well, yes, the thing with Haaland for me. Yes, why I don't seem quite as impressed with that. I am like absolutely. What he's done this season has been incredible. Nothing short of incredible. I mean, it would be unfair. It would be insane to say this kid has not exceeded expectations. Even though my expectations were pretty high. This is a striker that was no before Man City. Everybody knew Haaland as a goal scorer, and then coming to a club that creates chances at a ridiculously high level. For me, it was just who wants to die means who wants to kill him. Like there was no other way. There was no other way this could have ended for me. Like I expected goals. I could not have given you a number. I could not have said he will score 52 goals in no competition, because that seems ridiculous. Who scores 52 goals in no competitions in their debut season? Those are Ronaldo and Messi level numbers.
As a 21-year-old,
I mean,
coming into a new league.
So scored 36 goals in 35 Premier League games, in a record for any Premier League season. People are bringing up Dixie Dean in the 1920s. Come on, behave yourself.
And respect yourself too.
But for me, my own personal players, Tunde Young, I not say Premier League. Tunde Young's player of the season, Harry Kane. Harry Kane had arguably his best ever season
in a very terrible Tottenham Hotspur side.
I can score 30 league goals in 38 games.
He was injured.
That is ridiculous. To score 30 league goals for this Tottenham team, I honestly don't know how he did it. Tottenham team that finished 8th on the log. Tottenham as a whole, they scored 70 goals. Harry Kane has 30 inside. that's Harry Kane is responsible for 40% of Tottenham's goals. A squad that has 25 players. So like that for me, he had a fantastic season. It was unfortunate that he was at a useless club. It's really, as I said, the only difference between Chelsea and Tottenham. I said it, even when Tottenham were in the Champions League, even when Tottenham were in the Champions League race and Chelsea were, still Chelsea was 10th pretty much the entire season. I was saying it, the only difference between these two teams is that one has a very good striker. Both teams are not playing well. It's not when these ones get the chance, they score because they have Harry Kane. And unfortunately for Chelsea, you employ Kai Havertz, so you cannot really expect too
best
much.
Player, by the way. Now, we've talked about the most disappointing team. We've talked about the most disappointing manager. We've talked about the most improved team. We've talked about the most surprising team. We've talked about the best player. Now, let's talk about the manager of the season, Tunde Young. This is where I have a big opinion. I could just walk away with Brad Haaland being the player of the season, Newcastle for me being the team of the season, even though I want to look at what Aston Villa did, how they're able to pick themselves up for manager of the season, or the most impressive manager for me. I want to look at De Zerbi. Came over with Brighton. A lot of people thought the team was going to struggle when Graham Potter left. He came in and he literally just changed everything, defeated Arsenal. He literally ended Arsenal's any tiny hope of a champions of a title, and they did a lot of things for themselves. So he's also someone I could keep in looking for. Probably the most disappointing player of the season is going to be big. He's going to be big. I look at Anthony, the signing for Manchester United. There were a lot of expectations on him. 100 million. In fact, he boycotted training at Ajax because he wanted to come and join Man U. Now he's been so messed up. I remember his first game. It was against Arsenal. His debut game, and it was all fire. I remember. I mean, it was a thorn in the flesh of Arsenal defender.
Fantastic against
Manchester City. Also, and out of there, he just switched up the light. So I mean, you look at all of those balance, but for manager of the season, Tunde Young, it's a different conversation here. I mean, even when you're looking at the nominees, it's 6 nominees. We had a Newcastle manager, we had Manchester City manager, we had Aston Villa manager, we had Brighton manager, we had Arsenal manager, and of course Manchester City manager. Who actually is the manager of the season for you, Tunde Young?
I think I've said this before. Lots of people disagreed, but for me, I would say Mikel Arteta. And my reason remains the same. I recognize what Eddie Howe has done. It's been fantastic. I mean, it seems to be counterproductive that I put Newcastle as my best team, but I choose another manager. But at the end of the day, for me, never, if you I always leave space in my predictions for anything can happen. But if you had put a gun to my head and told me that Arsenal would be in a title race, the Arsenal that we saw
all of us, when we did the mention on this show when the season was about to start, nobody even mentioned Arsenal in the
I had them finishing 5th.
I didn't put them in the top 4. I didn't put Arsenal in the top 4.
I remember I had them finishing 5th. I said they were not going to make the top 4. So like the field itself was just to be conservative. Let me know. I really genuinely thought that they might even not make Europe at all because the way they ended last season. But I have to give him credit. At some point in the season, Arsenal looked genuinely untouchable, and they looked imperious. At some point, yes, Arsenal will be Arsenal. Arsenal must Arsenal.
Arsenal must always Arsenal.
That's probably why they did not win the league. But I'm not going to ignore over 230 days on top of the league and say just because they did not win anything, I'll not write up the season. No, it's been a fantastic season. If you're an Arsenal fan, you have every right to be proud. I mean, nobody expected you to win the league, so don't feel bad about not winning it. Especially when you lose it out to Manchester City or 4 teams in a treble winning year, everybody lost out to them. So it's not peculiar to Arsenal. For me, for that reason alone, the fact that he made such a massive jump to take a team that most people did not believe we even qualify for Champions League to make them credible league contenders.
I think they qualified for Champions League with like 6 games to go. I think it was when they lost at Man City that they officially qualified for the Champions League. So for me, you are picking Arteta as your manager of the season.
Definitely.
Well, I mean, for a manager that brought a team from 8th position the previous season to 4th position the second season, that's growth, that's consistency. But then there is De Zerbi. I mean, this is a manager that literally made an unknown Brighton side to qualify for European competition for the first time in the history of the club. Despite the fact that they have almost nothing on their budget, Brighton sells players for big, ridiculous prices. And when they want to come and buy players from you, they will come with cowries, not even transfer.
I'm not serious club.
But so for me, I would also want to look at, I mean, Pep Guardiola. You would have thought it's Pep. The dominance is on question. A lot of people felt Arsenal were just, placeholders for Man City, and rightly so. That's what happened. But for Erik ten Hag, of course, you look at how Man City were exceptional at the Old Trafford, but traveling away from home, the record was crazy as against what we had under what's his name now, babyface assassin, under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Away from home, under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Manchester United had more points away from home than any other club in the Premier League. But when Ten Hag came through, At Old Trafford, maybe except for Brentford that did at the start of the season, I can count the number of games they lost at Old Trafford. So they make a mess of you at home. And then when they travel, for me, with all of the distraction, the Cristiano Ronaldo issue, the crazy interview that came in before the World Cup in November, before the World Cup in November, the issue with missing Greenwood, the fact that all of the trials and all of that, the distraction with the club, the ownership of the club. Today we heard that they are selling. Tomorrow is the Saudi money. We don't even know where the club stands. And he was still able to restore the club to the Champions League, finish in top 4, win the Carabao Cup, and take the team to the final of the FA Cup where they lost to Man City. For me, I'm still going to stick with Mikel Arteta as the manager of the season, but a lot of credit needs to go to Erik ten Hag also for returning Manchester United to this point. Well, now we've talked about all of this. Now, which of the game is the game of the season for you, Tunde Young?
This one is difficult to pick. There are lots of good games.
There's the Liverpool Man U 7-0. There's the Arsenal Bournemouth 3-2, where Arsenal were trailing by 2-0. And Nelson's getting the 87th goal. There's the Arsenal Liverpool 2-2. There's the Liverpool Tottenham Hotspur, where Diogo Jota was supposed to have been red carded. He turned out to score almost immediately after Richarlison scored. Which of these games were actually the games of the season for you? And I hope the people listening at home are also putting it down, because when you call, that's what we talk about.
Lots of good games. The game of the season, the game I personally enjoyed the most, if I think which game did you enjoy watching the most, was Bruno Saltor's only game in charge of Chelsea, the goalless draw against Liverpool. It was such a good game. If not that, Kayavas is caused with the inability to play football. It would have been probably the Chelsea game of the season, but just the most enjoyable game, because I like in terms of feeling. Just how did you feel watching this game? I thoroughly enjoyed that game, even though there were no goals to look out for. But
could it be because you've not seen good games from Chelsea for a while?
Maybe that's the bias. Maybe that's the bias. Oh my god, I don't know why I set this trap for myself.
You know when you've not seen something good for a while, when you just see flash of something good,
so that be looking special.
Exactly.
Oh wow, I did this to myself. Anyway, the game of the season for me, I think it's involved. I think the Tottenham Bournemouth game at White Hart Lane. At the new Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. I've tried to see if I can confirm the scoreline. I think it was ended 4-3 in favor of Bournemouth. They are taking a 2-0 lead, and Spurs look like they had come back, and then they scored again. I'll confirm the scoreline very soon. But I remember Dango Ouattara scoring the late winning goal. Dominic Solanke had a fantastic game. Yeah, it was 3-2. It was 3-2 on the 15th of April between Tottenham and Bournemouth. Tottenham, are taking. Spurs took the lead for Tottenham, went in front 2-1. Spurs leveled in the 88th minute after Richarlison. It's one of those games that Richarlison had also scored,
and he removed his shirt, got yellow carded, and VAR
and then Danjuma equalized in the 88th minute. There was lots of celebration, lots of rockers, and then in 95th minute Dango Ouattara put the spear into the Tottenham Hotspur art, and that was what she wrote. 3-2 for Bournemouth, one of the most pivotal games of their season. I'm sure I'm missing some other huge game, but for now that's the game that comes to mind.
Well, and I'm going to flip it also. Bournemouth won in this particular one 3-2, but they lost in my own game of the season 3-2, and it had to be the Arsenal's game at the Emirates Stadium. They considered the second quickest goal in the history of the Premier League. That's Philip Billing getting that goal early, almost immediately after kickoff, and then at the start of second half, from another corner set piece, Arsenal conceded, going down by 2-0, and out of nowhere, Partey just pulled one back. Ben White also, his first goal for Arsenal, actually made it 2-2, and at the 97th minute, and by the way, that moment was where Ranesi came in, and it was that game that made him to win the game changer of the season. For the entire season, he came in, he gave the first assist to Ben White, equalizer, to make it 2-2, and then in the 97th minute there was a corner kick from what's his name now, the captain of the side, Martin Odegaard. He got in there, somebody nodded it at one of the Bournemouth defender, and just at the edge of the box, immediately the ball touched Nelson's leg. The whole stadium started shouting, shoot, and he released a firecracker, a rocket of a shot into the top corner, and it was 3-2. Like, at that moment, you felt if that was the only thing Arsenal achieved for the last season, they've done enough. Coming from 2 goals down against one of the most unpredictable side, for me, that was the game of the season.
That game was on the 4th of March.
Exactly, and if you look at the reaction, the way Odegaard went down, the way Gabriel Mangaras also went down, the way Saliba went to kick the corner flag, you could just know how important that game. And guess what? A lot of people said Arsenal celebrated, and that was the title winning celebration for them.
The Arsenal United game too.
Exactly.
In January,
the 3-2 victory.
That was a good game.
That flick.
Yeah, Nketiah's late winning goal, Saka's goal, Rashford's goal. The game had two very good goals.
Saka's goal was also a fantastic one there from the edge of the box.
Yeah, so this was a crazy season. There were lots of
good goals,
lots of eyes,
even the North London derby win for Arsenal, the new Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, where Martin Odegaard got that screamer from outside of the. I mean, in case you don't know what we're saying, you can just put it on your search and look for top 10 games of the season and the just concluded English Premier League. There were a lot of goals, a lot of dramas. I mean, maybe the moment of the season also. What do you want to say about that, Tunde Young? Antonio Conte. Was that last season? Conte and Tuchel conversation. It was this season, yes.
It was this season. It was early in this season. Yeah, so I mean, that was a pretty huge moment.
There's also Arteta and what's his name, Jurgen Klopp, drama. Liverpool, Arsenal, the first leg at the Emirates Stadium. I mean, there were a lot of dramas in there, but I think the Thomas Tuchel and Antonio Conte zone is ever great. It's going to always be there for us.
Yeah, that one was another very good game. 2-2 that game ended. It's been so long ago that you don't even remember.
I was even sure if it's this season or last season.
It actually happened. So it was a good game. That moment overshadowed the game. But that also has a shout to be one of the games of the season. It's been an incredible Premier League season. I'm sure as we do this, we'll be doing this across all the leagues. Spreading it across the entire week. So we're bringing you a lot more. This Manchester City United 6-3. Only Man U this season consistent.
Man U suffered this season though.
That game had 2 hat-tricks. Eliana and Phil Foden. Both scored hat-tricks. Anthony scored a special goal like we mentioned earlier. The Liverpool Brighton 3-3 earlier. The Trossard hat-trick at Anfield. In October 2022, that was another great moment. This season is one of the, if not that I was a Chelsea fan, I would have really enjoyed this season.
But the only kick on was Chelsea.
Chelsea was
okay. Of course, the phone lines are open 09136000410. We've gone through a lot of those categories. Manager of the season. Now we are sticking to the Premier League for now.
Liverpool Bournemouth happened this season 9-0 happened this season.
And the following game after that, Liverpool lost. I mean, that's Liverpool. So we've covered it. Game of the season, team of the season, manager of the season, that's most improved team of the season, the surprise of the season, goal of the season. We look at all of that. Tunde Young, did we talk about goal of the season?
No, we've not actually. I mean, maybe we can move that. Maybe we can move that because there are too many bangers. There are too many bangers. And there's not enough time.
Well, for me, I think.
I mean, the Premier League is big enough to take 2 days.
So we extend it. Okay, let's get into it. 09136000410. The phone lines are buzzing. Your messages are also coming in. Follow us on our social media platform. On Facebook, we have the unknown. It says, good evening, guys. It's John from Shasha. Any news about the takeover at Manchester United? Okay. Chef Moses Alabe says, good evening, guys. It's been a while I listened to the program. I'm good and I feel good to be back. John, well done. Thank you. Hello, good evening.
This is Daniel from Oka State.
You're welcome, Stanley.
Yes, my game of the season is Man United and Liverpool 7.
The 7-0.
And Everton is granted 2.5 million for just losing the Champions League.
Wow.
And I started supporting Man City in Church 2 2020.
Okay, thank you. 09136000410. Keep your messages coming in. Keep your calls coming in as well. This one says, okay, this message is not for this show. It's for the other show. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
You're welcome. Your name and where are you calling from? Okay, you're welcome.
My game of the season now that Tottenham Bournemouth will end 3-2. I'm the game of the season.
Okay.
Oh, please give me update on Man U takeover, please.
Okay, Tunde Young is working on that. Quickly, Tunde Young, before you read the update, on Facebook, The Real says, good evening, Okwe and Tunde. I'm surprised Tunde Young chose the most boring match of the season between Liverpool and Chelsea as his match of the season. No way, Tunde must be sarcastic in his opinion.
Not really, I enjoyed the game.
The most outstanding match of the season was the Liverpool 7-0 thumping of Manchester United, who eventually came third in the league. My goal of the season was Brighton's against Everton. That was a screamer. I mean, Everton got some real stuff. 4 against them this season. I remember that 1-1 draw that Michael Keane got that screamer from outside of the box after conceding a penalty against Tottenham Hotspur. They played the 1-0 in that particular one also. Tunde Young, updates. But before that, let's pick this call quickly. Hello, good evening. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Your name and where you calling from?
Bature calling from Bature.
Bature, you're welcome.
My own game of the season, certainly the Liverpool, or you call Liverpool Man U and Manchester United.
Okay, Liverpool Man U, the 7-0.
The 7-0, but as at that time, my thought was that Liverpool actually woke up from their slumber, but it was a attack on them.
They went into deeper slumber.
The one of the coaches that I admire most, they have been tested and trusted anyway, but somehow I feel as if I was underrating this current West Ham coach and what you call
David Moyes.
That's David Moyes.
I'm talking of this Aston Villa coach.
Okay, Unai Emery.
Now, see, for me, that man is on top of, he knows his onion. Let me just use that word, because for me, it may not be popular opinion, but for me, if that man find himself in a club where the board actually give him the free hand to run, definitely he will deliver.
Thank you very much.
Then, in terms of Pep Guardiola, sometimes when you raise the bar high too much, whatever you do, then you can say, I guess you have done more, so we don't see all those things before. That will be something. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Tunde Young, I'm still going to hold your thoughts there. Jacob Coop says, hi guys, I heard Mbappe won't be extending his contract with which ended in 2024. If the story is actually true, PSG board are not smart at all in business dealings. I do not know why they have to force him to stay the other time. What difference has he made for them since then? Eventually, if Real Madrid signs him for free, all members of PSG board should be sacked with immediate effect. Tunde Young, take us through that.
I do agree with you. They should have capitalized when Real Madrid were willing to pay over 100 million to sign a player with 1 year left on his contract. They should have just sold him then. They lobbied, they begged, they had
they brought the president.
They had world leaders call him. They had,
as if it's Ukraine-Russia war.
they had the leader of. They had the president of France. Emmanuel Macron called him. Put a call to Kylian Mbappe personally and beg him to stay in Paris Saint-Germain. Reportedly, I was not there, so I have to put reportedly. But we know it happened. And he signed the biggest contract in European football. Obviously, the Saudi Arabian contracts don't count.
That one is not Europe.
Yes, signed a 2-year, 2+1 contract, which is a 3-year deal, but the final year is his option to extend or not extend, and that's the news, that's the update, that he has declined to take up the player option. He has written the club a letter to say he's not going to be taking up that player option, which means his current contract expires in 2024. So as far as we know, Kylian Mbappe, he also came out to deny reports that he's going to sign for Real Madrid this summer. He quoted the tweet himself with his official Twitter account and said lies. That is not going to happen. So for what we know, the player intends to stay next season and leave as a free agent. So but anything can change. I'm sure the club are not too ecstatic about losing him for free. This is a player that they've invested a lot into. They spent a huge amount of money to sign him. He's the second most expensive player in the history of football. People tend to forget that.
I think he's the most expensive player loaned. Because I remember the first season they already broke the transfer on Neymar, and they had to get him for 180 million euros from Monaco to sign him officially the following season. So even if he breaks leg like Ben Arfa did with Newcastle, they must sign him.
So definitely, definitely, as you said. So that fee they paid to sign him is the second most expensive transfer in history of football. But people don't realize that, because the Neymar transfer overshadows him. 198 million pounds, 220 million euros, of course. But Kylian Mbappe cost 140 million for PSG. I think they should have just sold him when Real Madrid wanted him. Now Real Madrid, of course, is the obvious destination. That's the only club that you can say is a step up. Barcelona would have been too, but death broke.
They are dead broke.
That's not really an option.
If Barcelona, see, if they do rep your club in this Lagos and you go, if Barcelona fans should catch you,
I'm not the cause of their poverty. Look, another potential angle is that the Qatar with Sheikh Jassim, we hear reports that his takeover of Manchester United is now successful. Although no official confirmation yet, he's been congratulated by Qataris on Twitter and everywhere that the takeover is successful. So maybe they know something that we don't. So we have to move with that information. Until we get official confirmation, we will tell you if it's successful with the takeover or not. So if it's successful, the angle is that him being also Qatari and having links to the owners of PSG, they might just shuttle Mbappe between PSG and Manchester United. I'm sure a Manchester United fan is smiling somewhere and getting to move from Wegos to Mbappe.
I've seen a lot of photoshops of Mbappe even in an Enyimba jersey. It's crazy.
So according to El Pais, the Qataris' intention to sell Kylian Mbappe to Manchester United if Sheikh Jassim's bid is successful. They have been planning the deal since February, and Mbappe reportedly finds the idea interesting. So that's a report that's just out there. We'll see what happens in the next few weeks.
Okay, the unknown on Facebook says John from Shasha says my game of the season was Liverpool versus Manchester United 7. It was so exciting to the extent that me and some friends said that they gave 7 to remember CR7. My manager of the season is Eric Ten Hag after conceding 7 goals. Hey, John from Shasha, you are wicked though. Okay, more calls before we call it a day on the show. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Your name and where you calling from?
Damilare from Igondo.
Okay, Damilare from Igondo. Quickly.
Yeah, my team of the season, right? I'll give it to Newcastle.
Okay, manager of the season.
Manager of the season, Eddie Hoy.
Okay, that's the goal of the season or the game of the season for you as well.
The goal of the season has to be the goal from this guy, this Brighton guy.
Enchizio.
Yes, is that?
Enchizio.
Yes.
Julian Enchizio.
Okay.
That's the goal of the season.
Thank you very much there. Well, we didn't stop taking calls and read more messages. This one says, good evening guys, Tunde Young and Opeyemi. My game of the season is Arsenal versus Newcastle. Okay. That's which of them? The first one was goalless, the second one was 2-0 at the St. James's Park. And
I don't think either of them were game of the season.
I mean, we didn't even, anyway, that's his opinion, by the way. This one says, my name is Shola from Festac. The manager of the season had to go to Pep Guardiola. The goal of the season had to go to Arsenal Saka. Okay, the team of the city. Okay, you mentioned a few of them. Okay, thank you very much. By the way, we need to call it a day on the show. Tunde Young, tomorrow is going to be Wednesday, the midweek edition of the program. What are we expecting?
Yeah, we'll be breaking down the Kylian Mbappe potential destinations and all that. And of course, we hear Romelu Lukaku might be interested in moving to Saudi Arabia.
Lukaku is still a Chelsea player.
Yeah, and for me, I want him to stay a Chelsea player, but it's not looking like that at the moment. But anyway, of course, we always bring the most accurate information at the very time. So we're back tomorrow morning, myself and also if you hear Okpe tomorrow morning,
it's not me, it's recorded. Thank you so much, Tunde Young. Thank you guys. Stay locked here. Lillian will be back by 7 p.m. To talk about let it out. That's one program you don't want to miss for anything in this world. My name is Tunde Young. What are you letting out?
I want to let out my feelings about Chelsea. I've been through a lot.
What else do you want?
A therapist.
Keep your dial locked on Milan 98.3 FM. We'll be back gospel in our lives tomorrow, 6 to 7 p.m. Sport Cruise will be back. My name is Opeyemi Akinyode. Have a very beautiful evening.